Okay, my friends, for the last track of this CD, let's talk about the levels of competence. At first, you have the unconscious incompetent, being unaware and not knowing how to do it. You know, a 1 year or a 3 month old is not aware of bicycle riding, nor does he know how to do it. Unconscious, unaware, incompetent, can't do it. Then we move to conscious, incompetent. Conscious incompetent. 2 years old, sees his dad riding a bike. He is aware of bike riding. He may even say, bike, bike. Conscious, he's aware, but incompetent, still can't do it. Now move him up to, 6, 7, 8 years old. First learning how to ride a bike. Stumbles and falls, scrapes his knee, training wheels, all that. Conscious, aware, competent, he can do it, but he has to think about it, and doesn't do it very well. Then he gets older, 10, 11, 12. He's riding that bike all over town all the time. Doesn't even think about it. Unconscious, it's out of mind. But competent, he can do it. And just like riding a bike, all the skills that we've discussed here, you can do and reach that level, but you're going to have to go through the 4 levels of confidence. It's not going to be easy, but it is simple. Does that make sense? So, let's cover a few things here that we've talked about. First of all, people have made-up programs. They have identities, values, beliefs, strategies, environments. And when you're in rapport with people, rapport meaning you're in good communication with them, then you can tie or anchor or attach what's important to them to what it is you want. So let's say that they identify or have values with, let's say they're, environmentalists, very concerned about trees and birds and things like that. Then you want to dovetail or attach in a win-win their feelings for that to what you're trying to sell or what ideas or persuasions you're trying to put across. Now, is that manipulating? Is that wrong? Well, the question is, what are your intentions? If your intentions are honorable, then it doesn't have to be a wrong thing. It's not force, by the way. We never force others to do anything. What you want to do is use your psychic techniques and ask your higher self if it's okay to do so that you don't get messed up by your own made-up programs. And when you're, when you're in the Zanchin Hakalau state and you project something into someone else's mind that you want them to do and you're in rapport, it's like magic. The question you want to be asking yourself, and this is always true, never ask why questions. Why? Always ask what or how. Better yet, even how. If there's a way to do it, how would I do it? So I'm going to talk to you now about timeline future pacing. How do you get what you want? Let's say you have a goal. Let's say you want to have $100,000 in the bank, or you want to find a soulmate that you can trust, whatever your goals might be, whatever they are. Okay? First of all, you need to elicit out of yourself your own made-up programs, meaning what is truly important to you. Remember, your unconscious mind is your best friend. So you're talking to your best friend when you talk to your unconscious mind. Speak directly to it. You must know where you are. You must know your own made-up programs. And then you have to know what you want. You have to be very clear about it. Remember, know thyself. Now, you need flexibility of behavior. You say, well, I want to make $1 million running a karate school. And your karate school is not making money. You might need to, you do need to change. You need to flexibility your behavior and say, okay, I'll make $1 million a different way. Or what else can I do to make $1 million? You need about 10 different ways. That way, 2 or 3 will work and you'll get what you want. You can't hallucinate a result. Thinking about it is not going to get it for you. You must take action. So you future pace, here's how you do it. Let's say you want $100,000 in the bank, free and clear, 1 year from now. And let's say today's date is November 1st. And so November 1st of next year, in your mind, in your unconscious mind, you go to the level of Zanchin Hakalau. You go to the level of Hakalau and you go out there in the future and you anchor yourself in having that $1 million. What does it feel like? How is it? Is it, what does it feel like to have that in there, in the bank? What does it feel to have that? You've got to state it in the positive. It can't be, I won't be broke. It has to be, I'll have $100,000 in the bank. Okay? And what will you see when you have $100,000 in the bank? How will you feel? In other words, what is your evidence criteria? It's also got to be specific. Can't be general like I'll be rich. Got to be a specific amount. Then it has to be ecological. Meaning, if you're going to have to hurt other people to get it, you might have a problem sleeping at night. Or if you break the law to get it, then you've got the risk of going to jail. So it's got to be ecological. And that is for the good of all concerned. I mean, you don't hurt others. You leave them better off than you found them. That's honor. Okay? That's also the way to really win. Because then you can rest easy with that $100,000 and enjoy it instead of worrying about it or running with it. I mean, you can go to a bank, rob a bank and get that money, you're going to be on the run for the rest of your life, aren't you? So there's a right way and a wrong way. So you go out front. You go ahead in your timeline to that $100,000 and you see how it feels. How it feels. You see it. You feel it. It's a big visual for you, okay? And then you turn and you look back down the line to today. And then you see the steps you've taken. What did I have to do along the way to get to this 100,000? Good. Now, after you do that, you're going to write it all out. You're going to go into the future. You'll need to be doing this in a quiet room, by the way, at a desk with a pen and paper. Close your eyes and go into your mind and float above the time where you are now on your timeline. For most people, the left is in the past, pointing to the left. The right is in the future. You'll float above, look down on your timeline. Go out to the right 1 year from now. Go to where you have $100,000 in the bank or whatever your goal is. I'm just using the money in the bank as an example. You float above it. You look down on it. You see how it feels. You float down into it and you feel how it feels to be there, to have that 100 grand. If it's weight loss, what's it like to be trim and fit and healthy and full of energy? You feel what it feels like. You go there and you experience it. You taste it. You bite into that lemon and your mouth salivates. Good. Then you rise up. Rise up after you know what it feels like, what you'll see, how you'll be, where you'll be. You anchor that in and then you rise back up above the timeline and you look down to the left. Look down to the past all the way to the present. Because remember, you're in the future. This is future pacing. So you look back all the way to the present and you see the steps that you took to make the $100,000. Then you'll ask your mind, what can I do? What do I need to do to get $100,000? And you'll come up with several ways. Don't just come up with one way, because you need flexibility of behavior. You set up 10 ways. And remember, you can future pace all of your goals. Any goal you have, and you set up several ways to do it. That's the beautiful thing of combinations. That's the beautiful thing of taking 10 shots. One shot gets through and you hit your target. Good, good. Okay, you're getting it now. Now you go back to the present. You open your eyes and you sit down and you write back. You review everything you've seen looking back and you write down the steps. Now, I've just given you future pacing to get everything you want, to get any goal out of life. It's awesome. It's great stuff. It works. I hope you've enjoyed this CD. We'll see you next time. Come and visit TotalLifeMastery.com.